in Baltimore, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the Baltimore Ravens. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. It'll go as a loss of 3.
Getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, setting the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Jackson now. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Set, 8, read. I'm going to run you over.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And give the tackle to Anthony Walker.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
70, Indy. 6-6, pull it high. Ready?
To throw on 3rd down, Lawrence. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And a sack by one of the most consistent D linemen in the game, Gerald McCoy.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
A good return there, 17 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Deshaun Hand in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. They go play action now. Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or 2 short, and it's 4th down. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Got him in. It's Brown. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A really good pickup of 28 yards. They'll run here with Ingram. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
On second and goal, Jackson. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman.
Let's go, man. Pick down. And Tucson. 661. Match box right. Let's go.
They begin the drive with Johnson. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. After one, it's 9-0. This is taken at about the 14. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he will find his man on the outside. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They had two straight first downs, now a gain of 9 to set up 2nd and 1. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. He's got his man, it's Andrews. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. He's at the 50, the 40. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. So the turnover forced and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Lawrence. Through an opening, and there he goes. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups, check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 11. The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. Jackson now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Over the middle, complete. That's Andrews. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Jackson on first down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 23. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot down.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Detroit. J.D. McKissick. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as they are now on the board here in the first half. Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback. And when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Jackson from the shotgun. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. This is caught inside the 15. A big play there just before halftime. And even 60 yards. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, and that'll bring up second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jackson. Flushed out right. He's going to take off, and he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson in the final seconds of the first half as the Ravens push further out in front.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook, but even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And all the way down to the 26. It's a big play there for the Lions. And even 50 yards.
First down, Detroit.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Johnson. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. On fourth down, Lawrence. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off down near the 5. Certainly not what he was hoping for. Charles, that's now 3 interceptions in this ballgame.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
You mean with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right?
Now a hit and a loose football.
Oftentimes when we talk about piling on in any subject, it's a negative. In this case, for this team, it's a real positive. Just scored. Now they go down, knock the ball free, get it back. They got a chance to really increase their lead and put themselves in the driver's seat.
On the other side, a little insult added to the injury. They're in a bad spot.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Here's Minshew. This will be caught by Brown. A good pickup there. 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now Minshew. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Off play action, it's Minshew. And that is incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is now 24. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 38, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down is Minshew. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
To throw again on 2nd down. Minshew completes it to Benjamin. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great play there. 37 yards. And the Ravens turn that interception into a touchdown. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Come on, man. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
10 Lobos.
Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball.
Now.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Again, it's Johnson. And, Johnson dinged up a bit. Still down. Hopefully nothing serious. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Back to throw. Lawrence. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of it. Fielded just inside the 30. You call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. This is Ingram, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
15, Lonnie. 16 Lonnie.
Set a tone.
Again, they'll run with Ingram. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Baltimore. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Minshew throwing on 3rd down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards to pick up there, good for a Raven first. He's been the go-to guy, and they needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way, it worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Ingram again. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Looking to throw it, Minshew. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Dancing to his left. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
He's not going to get me.
80 weapon. Hit it.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Hey, wahoo!
They'll keep it on the ground. Ingram. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Out of the gun is Minshew. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
Be honest.
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going
Exactly.
forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it because
You're not going to want that feeling
no,
again.
you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And unable to break away, they stop him a few yards shy. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Ravens get the football back and in great shape.
On the ball. 5.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. A quick throw here out to Brown. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. This This is Ingram on 1st and 10. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
They'll keep it on the ground. Ingram, and this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh there with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina.